Hello, it's 3:30 Pacific, Northwest Pacific time, and I had said in the sale email announcement today that I would do a Facebook Live today at 3:30 my time in Seattle, just to showcase some of the pieces that are in this particular collection that is all 40% off, and it's all 40% off now through Sunday at midnight my time. And every day we're going to be adding a few more pieces too, just to mix it up a little bit and pulling some of the pieces that have what I'm calling the vault, because they're pieces that just haven't made it into the shop for whatever reason. And actually there's a couple that I have right here that I'll feature tomorrow, which you're welcome to pick up right now. But I'm protesting the Seattle snow by wearing a dress that I bought in Mexico, which is completely inappropriate for this weather. But I'm tired of it. So while I look like it's spring, it is not. In fact, a bunch of us here are going a little stir crazy. But it's fine. It'll be over soon. It's at least everything's melting, and I think maybe things will get back on track later this week. For those of you who aren't on my email list, I do announce most of my sales there first. And typically if there's a sale going on, I'll create a blog. Sometimes that doesn't get done. So it's important that if you want some of the sale announcements that you get on the email list, you can do that by going to the website. You get 20% off your first purchase by signing up for this particular list. You'll get emails once or twice a week for me, sort of depends. Usually once when I'm traveling, once a month. Anyways, but it's a good way to stay in the know. So let's just jump into some of the pieces. Like I said, I'm in protest right now of the weather. So I have this kind of summery dress on, but I'm showcasing with it two of the pieces that are in the sale collection. These earrings, which I'm going to do this the entire time. I guess it's this side's better. These are from Paris. I'll take them off here, but you can at least get the length. These were in the vaults. They're actually, I love, this is by Satellite Paris, and I think a lot of you know I lived in Paris for a couple of years. And so when I was living there, I was kind of honing in on what my idea would be for a small business. And always knew I wanted to do something with accessories, or I wasn't sure if it was like clothing designers, but I knew I would have to feature Satellite's pieces in my shop because all of her work is so unique, and she travels and she gets her inspiration from different ethnicities and cultures from around the world. So these particular earrings are inspired by they're inspired by both Japan and Africa, which I think is really interesting. I'm going to take one off. And Japan, because you'll see, has this beautiful mother of pearl cherry blossom right there. And then the cloth, this is actually cloth that they imported from Japan to make the ring. But what she said is that this element at the top is supposed to represent the drums in Africa. Great. Regardless, it all harmoniously works together, and these earrings are just to die for. And I think perhaps they've been in the vault because I've been debating keeping them in my personal collection, but I just obviously am willing to release them to you. This particular necklace also is from Italy. It's all made from hand-blown glass from the island of Murano, and is just sensational. The way that, I'm going to take it off for a minute because I want to show you, it's all strung together. So you can actually, if you want to wear it sort of a different way, you can this will be faster. You can I don't know what the word would be, uncurl it, untwist it, and you have more sort of like a waterfall look, cascade look on your neck, which is also really elegant. Anyways, both very elegant pieces, and 40% off. You have to go, I put the link in the description here. You have to use the code 4040 because they'll go back to normal price at the end of the sale piece. I also, a couple of the other pieces from the vault are these cuffs by Satellite Paris, and they're made with python skin, and then they have the really pretty Swarovski crystal on them, and then this silk thread, and on the big cuff too, they have suede, but this one's like major statement piece. What I think is so cool about these pieces is that they're elegant yet edgy. So they're, in my mind, power pieces, right? Just show a little bit of attitude, but still being very feminine at the same time. Clearly, I'm focusing on Satellite Paris with this, and I think too, because I've seen so much. I've gotten some new pieces from Turkey. I've got new pieces from Mexico. I was like, oh, maybe I was getting a little bit nostalgic for Paris today. But this is one of the other new sale pieces, which is remarkably elegant. And these ones, full price, are $98. So, God, I guess that makes them about $60. And these would work with the Murano necklace too. And showcase these ones. I tried to pick pieces that might look good with this blue dress. I wasn't, so the colors wouldn't compete. But this particular earring, made in France, of course, and it has actual pheasant feathers on it, and it's got all this beautiful detail with the Swarovski crystals, and then this is an enamel paint here, and then the back, they're the pierced latch hooks, which are lovely. There's two pieces that I have here that I'm going to add tomorrow, but I'll just showcase them now. So the earrings, like I said, were from a collection inspired by both Japan and Australia, and I have from the vault also the super sweet bracelet that was from the same collection, and you can see the flower is a mother of pearl, and they're just so, I love the detail in the mother of pearl flower. And then of course the drum, the African drum detail, which I think is so interesting, and it's got this it's got the Swarovski crystals, and then they're all hand threaded around the imported roll of Japanese fabric, which is really pretty. And this actually looks really good with this dress. You can see, really sweet piece. So this retail price is $88, and it'll be 40% off. It's not in the shop yet, but it will be definitely within the next 24 hours. In the meantime, I have all these new pieces that I, of course, got because I was in Mexico. And then also Ibrahim, one of my designers in Istanbul, he was originally here. He was just recently in Las Vegas, and he'd contacted me, and he's like, Jen, he said, I have a bunch of pieces here that I don't want to bring home with me back to Istanbul. So can I send them to you? And I said, sure. So I have a bunch of pieces that I need to sift through, which are amazing. I'll show a couple of them here. But one piece got damaged and it's not really damaged. In fact, it's probably part of the stone, but I'm still gonna I'm gonna make it part of the sale because I think it'll make you happy. There are these earrings, and everyone knows like the druzy quartz pieces from Turkey that are in the shop. The rings are usually really popular. Well, this is a rose quartz, but it's this iridescent look. I'm going to put this on. But actually, before I do that, I'm going to show you the reason why it's going to be in the 40%. See that little white dot? I don't know if that happened during transport or if it's just a natural inclusion in the stone. But regardless, I thought they're exceptional earrings. So I will just make them part of the sale because perhaps I'm the only person who will ever notice that dot anyways. So if I can make one of you happy, that makes me happy. Oh, and obviously it looks really good with blue. Here, hold on, let me just do this so you can see it better. Really pretty. So the retail price on these is $125, so it would be 40% off that. And you're welcome, just if you want to claim them before I put them up, just you're welcome to put something in the comments. Happy to take care of it that way. And then let's see, before, those are the pieces that I just wanted to show from the sale section. And then because I've got all these other pieces that aren't in the shop yet, but I do want to showcase because I want you to have access to them should you want them before they get in the shop. Because I'm coming to a point, and this is something that I'm having to deal with, is I need to hire someone to help me with everything because everything is going really well, and I just need a wonderful person to help me add new pieces so I can get them to you all a lot quicker, if that makes sense. So I will just put on some of the pieces. So last week I showcased a lot of the new pieces only from Mexico, which I'm going to showcase a lot of them this time as well. And if you remember, there was the wonderful designer Gabby Vilches out of Oaxaca that I went to go visit her atelier, her taller, and bought a lot of her, I don't do a very good job sometimes of clipping things. So what her pieces, they mix contemporary elements, like the chain, with traditional pieces. In this case, you have the heart that has the traditional embroidery, which is very typical to Oaxaca and a lot of the communities, indigenous and otherwise, in that region. And so she'll hire local women to do all the beautiful traditional folk work. Oh my gosh, it does latch. Okay, clearly I'm not meant to wear this right now. Regardless, it's an exceptional piece, and a piece like this is $98, and it's not in the shop yet, so you're welcome to comments should you want it. This piece, which I am going to put on, is also by Gabby. The price point on this, again, has a little heart, because you'll find lots of hearts in Mexico, because they're all so loving, I guess. Let's see if it actually can get shorter too. I should have put it shorter. But this is a lovely turquoise with pink, and it actually looks good with this dress as well. And I don't have anything more from Gabby that I'm going to showcase. Staying in Mexico, I'm going to jump to a ring that I bought in Tasco, and I wanted to showcase this because they're very fun rings. I did showcase when I was in Puebla. I did a quick I guess, sneak peek of some of the pieces that I got there. And one of the pieces that I got from the Rodriguez family was these rings. And she called it opal. I don't think it is. I think it's opalite. I think it's a man-made opal. Because, and then on each side, so it's this very remarkable, reversible, adjustable sterling silver ring made in Tasco, Mexico. So look, like perfect that way. And then when you're feeling blue, you can switch it around. I know you can't see how cool and sparkly this opal / opalite is, but it's wonderful. And the reason why I don't think it's opal is because the price point on this is $58. So that's just sort of my thought. And so staying with silver, these I love. I don't have a price point on them yet, but so I told you that hearts, you see a lot of hearts in Mexico. You also see a lot of the pavo real, the peacock, and this is the hand filigree, and this is all done in sterling silver. It was made by Caesar, who I met in this like very shady location. It was in the kiosk in the middle of the Zocalo in downtown Oaxaca City, but it was like a place, I was the only, I don't know if you guys have been to Oaxaca, but there's tourists there. It's not like Cabo San Lucas by any stretch, but and it's a different type of tourist too. But you can usually see lots of gringos around. But where he had me go in the Zocalo, it was, anyways, it was dark and there was, it just felt different. Regardless, he did amazing work, and these, I originally saw my first peacocks, the pavo real, in Tasco, and they were so expensive. And so I couldn't really justify them for me or for the shop. But then I met Caesar in Oaxaca, And see, there's like little seed pearls that he added these. I met Caesar in Oaxaca, and he had some that I thought were even more extraordinary, and made the price point made sense for me to have these in the shop. And let me just see if I can get them a little bit closer. I don't know if you can see the detail. It's so much. What's the challenge? Oh yeah, that's good. Aren't they so wonderful? Just see it. And so regal too. So much detail, so much work. I believe I have the Pavo Real, the peacock with the turquoise. I forget. I tried to get some of them. I tried to stay with, you know, pearls. Some I tried to mix up a little bit, but he didn't. Of course, he didn't have very many. So I took all of those that I could. My very last day when I was in Mexico City, I came upon a shop, and it basically featured designers from different parts of Mexico. So it wasn't sort of my true curating experience where I, you know, like with Floor's pieces, I went to her house and met her grandkids and her son, you know, showed me how to clean silver with dish soap. This was definitely much more of sort of a commercial experience, but there was still aspects of it that I really loved, like pieces that I really loved. And this was one of those pieces. And while I curated in Mexico City, it was actually made in Monterrey, which is more the north. And one of the reasons why I love this particular piece is because of the vine work, but also the lapis lazuli at the bottom. So you have just like the intricate, but then you have the eye-catching blue, which was really neat. And the top part is this really beautiful flower. And it's gold-plated brass, this particular piece. I won't put on that. I won't put on that one. And I'll move out of Mexico. And then to wrap up, because like I said, Ibrahim sent me all those pieces while he was in Las Vegas. I'll show a few. Oh, actually, quick, before we move out of Mexico, because I wore this hand-beaded bracelet today with the skulls, you know, very Day of the Dead, right? But I didn't wear it to be traditional by any stretch. It's because I was feeling sort of crabby today. So I wanted to put this on because I thought it was like, this is kind of how I feel today. A little evil, a little crabby. But this is also by Gabby. Again, so we're featuring the skulls, which you see a lot of, the calaveras that you see a lot of in Mexico, which symbolize well, you see it a lot on the Day of the Dead, and how they celebrate. They celebrate death and everyone has passed on. So this particular piece isn't in the shop yet. How you put it on is there's this neat little button. It's fairly adjustable. I have small wrists, so I think it probably for wrists that are, you know, maybe 7 inches, but it's lovely. And so a piece like this is $78 and not in the shop yet. All right, so moving on to Ibrahim, and since we're looking at my hand, I'll showcase this particular adjustable ring that he sent to me. And it has the cat's eye aquamarine, and it looks like it's a garnet, but these are all sterling silver, and it's oxidized, and then he has the gold-plated elements. And Ibrahim now designs all his pieces, and he works with some of his local craftsmen to make them, but he's very proud of his designs. And actually, let me show you one of them, which he should be proud of, is this one that he sent me, which is remarkable. And so it's got the semi-precious rubies in it, emeralds, the lapis stone, and it's gold-plated brass. So yeah, this one I about died when I saw it, and when I said, Ibrahim, who designed that one? He's like, me. It's like, well, bravo, you're getting better and better. It's a really neat piece. More that Ibrahim sent to me are earrings like this. And I've had earrings like this from Ibrahim in the past. I've just never had any so big. I'm gonna put it on, maybe. Oh no. There we go. So really pretty. And he sent me, you want green, or if you want this kind of dusty rose pink. What else? Let me see. I think this is a little bit different blue than the green. And then there's this really pretty pink too. Anyways, so there's a bunch of different options, and these are all, look like there was a scratch, but there's not. These are all, we're working on getting all these in the shop, but like I said, if you have questions, the price point on all of these is $68, so welcome to send them to you before. If these are too big, we also have a rate of the little ones, so you can see it's the exact same color as the big one, just different price point too. These ones will be $38 versus the $68. Still love these. And then lastly, and I don't follow a lot of trends just in life, but I have noticed in some of my Instagram followings that a jewelry trend are what is called the Baroque pearls. And Ibrahim sent me a few of his new designs with the Baroque pearls. So it's gold-plated bronze. You've got the Baroque pearl up top here and the Baroque pearl drop here. Let me just throw one. Actually, I won't put it on that side. I'll put it on this side. But these ones, I had a couple of these in the shop before. I don't know how long ago before, but it was incredible. They all sold to people in Australia. So I don't know what they know that we don't. Anyways, so there is a little showcase at the beginning. I showed some of the pieces that were part of the sale collection. Then the Mexico pieces, and these were to wrap up some of Ibrahim's pieces. So like I said, go to shop the pieces that are on sale. Just click on the link. Make sure you use the code 4040 when you check out to get the 40% off. We will be adding new pieces every day. I did showcase a couple that we'll add tomorrow. And then if you have questions on any of the other pieces or have questions about price points, feel free to PM me right in the comments. Happy to answer you and send invoices versus you having to wait until they're in the shop. Let me know if there's any other questions in the meantime. And thanks for tuning in this still sunny, or excuse me, snowy Tuesday, but at least I think I can cross the street now to get to the post office. Anyways, it's been a challenge, I tell you. All right, big kiss to you all, and see you next time.